everything had to flow through me. So I was the last word on the words. My other job was to write Crypt Keeper segments. Just as the executive producers had not put the show into development or found a deficit partner, they hadn't put the Crypt Keeper through any kind of development process either. The Crypt Keeper in the comic books is an old white guy with stringy hair. The executive producers wanted their own Crypt Keeper, and one day, entirely by happenstance, executive producer Joel Silver was at his storage facility, and the locker right across the way, owned by a special effects guy named Kevin Yeager. And when Joel walked into Kevin Yeager's locker and saw the stuff that Kevin, who was a special effects maestro, had been creating, among Kevin's other creations is Chucky, Joel said, "You got to make me a Crypt Keeper. You got to make me a Crypt Keeper." And that's what Kevin did. So Kevin Yeager created the Crypt Keeper puppet, which is actually 6 puppeteers working in synchronization. One's the right arm, one's the left arm, one has the control of the head and torsos, movement laterally, backwards and forwards. And then there were 3 puppeteers working the animatronic cervixes on the Crypt Keeper's face and eyes, lips, and mouth. Kevin found John Kassir, who became the voice. And so they had a great puppet, they had a great voice, but no one ever asked the question, but who's the Crypt Keeper? Whoever in those first 2 seasons, whoever wrote the script threw a couple words at the Crypt Keeper, and that's what he said, more or less. I don't know how you write for a character who isn't. And so simply to do my job, I put a character inside him. Now, I grew up loving old movies. Love the Marx Brothers. So the Crypt Keeper became my little Groucho. And having to invest a personality inside the character and being a writer and therefore somewhat a little bit lazy, I reached for the closest personality at hand, which was mine. And so I filled the Crypt Keeper with me. So the Crypt Keeper looks like Kevin's puppet. He sounds like John's voice, but every thought in his head, every word that tumbled from his animatronic mouth was me. Now, I can tell you that writing Crypt Keeper segments was maybe the hardest thing I ever had to do creatively. It was like pulling organs through your nose. We would do them in batches because we produced them in batches.